Hello, rock stars! Matt Vanderbo here, coming at you today with part 3 of my What's in a Title series. If you haven't seen parts 1 or 2 yet, then click these links somewhere up here and get yourself all caught up. So today is part 3, and in this installment, we are going to talk about the actual length of the titles of your tracks. Now, backstory. 8 or 9 years ago, I was hooked up with a music library who was new to me at the time, and I'd written a bunch of music for them and they were excited about it. So when it was time to deliver the music, they sent over a one sheet which had all of their requirements for what types of files they needed, at what resolution and bit depth, and what kind of stems they needed, alternate mixes, etc., yada yada. You know the drill, hopefully. And if you don't, I hope you will soon. But one thing that they had in their one sheet that was different than anything I'd ever seen before was a requirement, a very strict requirement for the length of the track title. And this particular company would not allow you to have a title longer than 2 words. Now, at the time, I had never seen a requirement like this. And in fact, in all my years since that time, I've still never seen another company with this requirement. I was so intrigued that I reached out to them and I said, hey, dudes, what's up with this 2-word thing? Their explanation to me made so much sense that it was an instant game changer. So stick with me for a few minutes and I will tell you why a 2-word title will land you much higher chances of success with your music than anything longer than 2 words. All right, you ready? Let's dive in. Okay, we're back. So I want to start this by asking you guys to do something that I ask you to do in nearly all of my videos, which is to put yourself in the shoes of an editor at a TV show. Okay, so these people have edited all the video clips. They've got a good working edit of their show, and now it's time to start auditioning or previewing music and dragging it into the production to see what tracks work. So now think of your own filing system on your own computer, which I've got some of my files up here, and here. When you open a window, be it on Mac or PC, there is only so much space in this little vertical column of titles, file titles. Could be music, could be Word documents, could be anything, you name it, but there's only so much horizontal space in this vertical display, okay? Now, you can typically change that and make those things wider, but by default, they only come pre-programmed at this certain width. And that width will only allow you to display X amount of characters, and I don't know the actual number of characters. And if a title is too long, what it will do is give you the first word or two, and then give you the last word or two, but in between there, it edits out everything and replaces it with the dreaded ellipsis. Okay, 3 little dots. Tells you what the first couple words are, and then it shows you that there would be more in there before it gives you the last couple of words. And if your track title is too long, then a lot of it will not be visible. So regardless of how crafty you have made your title, and if you've employed all the strategies I told you in parts 1 and 2, good on you. But if that track title is now too long to display in this vertical column, then most of that title will not be seen. This is why this company asked me to do 2-word titles, because no matter what, 2 words is usually completely visible in this display. Now, as you can see in this list of things, there are a few 3-word titles if the 3 words are very small and don't have a lot of characters. So there's always going to be a little gray area in this. Like, for example, what if your 1-word title is something like superfragilcagilisticexpialidocious? Okay, that's going to be clearly too long. So letters are going to get chopped. You're going to get the 3 little dots in there. They're not going to see that whole word. And that's a 1-word title. Okay, that's an exceptionally long one. It's the exception to the rule. Similarly, you could have a 4-track title called The Old A-Hole. And those 4 words might fit within that horizontal real estate that you've got there because they're small words. But by and large, 2 words will almost always fit without being abbreviated. Okay? And so that's the whole moral of the story here, is if you have a 2-word title, the entire title will be visible in this pre-programmed little strip of real estate. And anything longer than that will tend to get excised and replaced with 3 dots. Now you want your entire title to be visible, so go for the 2-word titles or the very short 3-word titles. Now I know that people do change the width of their windows. Yes, I get that, okay? But we don't want to hedge our bets on what people might do on the other end when we know for darn sure that a 2-word title will always show up no matter how wide those browser areas are expanded. Okay, so this is just a little quick one for you, but hopefully that gives you something to think about. And now as you go forward and title your tracks, remember, brevity is your friend. All right, I hope this helped you guys, and I'll see you on the next one, rock stars.